You know, that hurt and that pain, that suffering, and me watching my family go from having everything to having nothing.
Tensions are on fire between Lil Meech and 50 Cent after shocking reports claim that 50 personally shut down a huge concert meant to honor Big Meech's legacy. Insiders say the event was supposed to be a major celebration of BMF, the music, the movement, the legacy. But 50 allegedly flexed his power, pulling permits and cutting sponsorships until the whole thing was canceled before it could even start. Lil Meech wasn't having it. He went straight at 50 in what witnesses are calling a heated and emotional showdown. According to sources, Meech accused him of blatant sabotage, saying 50 was trying to erase his father's name from history and twist the BMF legacy to fit his own profit game. Things reportedly got tense fast, with Meech shouting, "You don't own this story, my family does," before the meeting went completely left. Now the internet is in chaos. Fans are torn, at some backing 50 saying it's just business, while others stand with Meech, arguing he has every right to protect and celebrate his father's legacy. The drama between the two just keeps getting deeper, and people are demanding answers. This explosive fallout might be the final crack in 50 Cent and Lil Meech's already fragile bond. Emotions are boiling over, and what used to be a strong alliance is now hanging by a thread. The situation between Lil Meech, 50 Cent, and Big Meech has officially turned into one of the wildest feuds the hip-hop world has seen in years. For months, tension's been brewing quietly behind the scenes, but now everything's spilling out in public. 50 recently started calling out alleged ties between Big Meech and federal authorities, dragging up old talk about loyalty, betrayal, and legacy. That move hit deep, especially for those who still see Big Meech as a street legend. Things got even crazier when the long-awaited Welcome Back Legacy concert, meant to honor Big Meech's return, got abruptly canceled. The industry was stunned, and the streets lit up with rumors. Lil Meech jumped right into the fire, determined to defend his father's name from being disrespected. For anyone who doesn't know, Big Meech, real name Demetrius Flannery, founded the infamous Black Mafia family, or BMF, one of the most powerful crime empires in U.S. history. In the 90s and early 2000s, BMF ran the streets, moving millions and making their mark through music and money. Their tight connection to hip-hop made BMF a powerhouse, with Big Meech's name becoming a symbol of power, respect, and fear that echoed through both the streets and the industry. Everyone knew when you mentioned Big Meech, it meant authority, loyalty, and danger all at once. But everything came crashing down in 2008 when Big Meech was sentenced to 30 years in federal prison for leading BMF's massive nationwide operation. That conviction didn't just end an empire, it kicked off the rivalries and betrayals that are now exploding between old friends and even blood family. Even with him locked up, Big Meech's name never left the culture. His story kept circling through hip-hop, whispered in songs, interviews, and street talk. Then 50 Cent dropped the hit TV show BMF, turning that real-life saga into one of the biggest cultural stories of the decade. The show captured the rise and fall of the Black Mafia family, giving fans an inside look that felt brutally real and deeply emotional. And in the most iconic move yet, Lil Meech was cast to play his own father on screen, solidifying the family legacy in entertainment forever. But now, with Big Meech finally home, instead of peace and celebration, his name is once again tangled in fresh drama and controversy. Old wounds are wide open again. The long-brewing feud between 50 Cent, Big Meech, and Lil Meech has officially exploded. 50, famous for never backing down and always pressing the gas in every conflict, is now publicly calling out both father and son. Their drama goes way back, but things hit a whole new level when Big Meech was spotted linking up with Rick Ross, one of 50's biggest enemies in the game. That reunion sent 50 over the edge. What started as low-key shade online quickly turned into full-blown war. 50 took things to another level when he straight up accused Big Meech of being a snitch, a move that left fans and industry insiders completely stunned. Big Meech has always been viewed as solid, real, and respected, so the accusation hit deep. It all blew up after Rick Ross promoted a welcome back concert for Meech, and in response, 50 posted a picture of a rat on Instagram. No captions needed. The message was loud and clear, and the internet went wild. But this goes way deeper than just rap beef. 50's calling out something that hits right at the core of Big Meech's legacy. Reports claim that Meech's early prison release wasn't only about good behavior or legal deals, it allegedly involved connections with Tammy Cowens, a woman known for cooperating with federal authorities and rumored to have played a key role in negotiating his reduced sentence. Tammy reportedly handed over critical information to federal agents about others involved in the BMF operation, and that alleged cooperation might have been the key to Big Meech getting his sentence reduced. The rumors caught fire fast when former BMF member Blue Da Vinci publicly claimed that Meech did work with law enforcement, a bold accusation that sent shockwaves through the streets. And for 50 Cent, that was all the proof he needed. Without hesitation, he used his platform to crank the volume on those claims, calling out Meech and questioning the entire image built around his so-called no cooperation code. The streets erupted with reaction. Big Meech had built his whole reputation on loyalty, respect, and silence, values that made him a legend in both the underground world and hip-hop culture. So hearing whispers that he might have shared information with federal authorities felt like the ultimate betrayal to many who once viewed him as untouchable. For some, it wasn't just damaging, it was devastating. But Lil Meech wasn't about to stay quiet while his father's name got dragged through the mud. Furious at 50's comments, he stormed onto social media to call him out directly, accusing him of disrespecting his family and purposely trying to destroy the BMF legacy. And he didn't stop there. Lil Meech leaked private text messages between himself and 50, revealing the deep tension that had been brewing behind the scenes all along. Lil Meech confronted 50 directly after realizing he'd been unfollowed on Instagram, and that 50 had started managing up-and-coming artist Skill Abba alongside Rocket, an introduction that Meech himself had made. To a lot of people, those leaked texts exposed way more than simple shade. They revealed a deep sense of betrayal that went far beyond public shots. It looked like a real friendship falling apart, with fans speculating that 50's motives weren't just about truth, but about keeping control over the entire BMF brand and story. In those messages, Lil Meech poured out his frustration, making it clear how blindsided he felt by 50's moves. He said he couldn't believe 50 had unfollowed him and then started managing the very artist he brought into his circle when nobody even knew who he was. For Meech, it wasn't about fame or business. It was about loyalty, trust, and the real bond he thought they had built over time. He explained that he would have done anything for 50, even said he'd give him the shirt off his back if needed. He also clapped back hard at the idea that he ever betrayed 50, saying the truth got twisted way out of proportion. Despite all the online noise, he stood firm that he'd been loyal from day one, even when things got messy. But then came the real bombshell. Meech spoke on his father's connection with 50's longtime rival, Rick Ross. According to Lil Meech, that link-up wasn't about picking sides or stirring beef. It was strictly about money. He admitted Ross had helped Big Meech financially, giving him funds to stay afloat until the next season of the BMF series dropped. This revelation flipped the whole narrative. It showed that Big Meech's connection with Rick Ross might have been strictly business, not betrayal. The link suddenly looked more like a financial arrangement than a friendship. But that explanation didn't soften 50's attitude one bit. Instead of letting up, he went full savage mode online, trolling like only he can. In true 50 Cent fashion, he clapped back on Instagram with a brutal post mocking Lil Meech's comments, writing, "What next season, little ninja?" The jab wasn't just a joke. It was a clear warning that he could easily recast the role or even cancel BMF if he felt like it. The post sent shockwaves through social media. 50 was making it loud and clear. He was the reason the show existed, and he still held all the power behind it. It was a cold reminder of who really runs the game. Fans couldn't believe how far things had gone, wondering if this feud had officially crossed the point of no return. But 50 didn't stop there. He doubled down with even more trolling. In another ruthless jab, one that was later deleted, 50 mocked Lil Meech again, joking that his next gig would be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. He even tagged Mona Scott Young, the show's executive producer, writing, "I'll give Mona a call for him later today." It was a cutting insult meant to embarrass Lil Meech publicly and make him look irrelevant in the industry. The internet went crazy, and the drama only got hotter. But 50's trolling didn't stop there, not even close. When word got out that Big Meech's long-awaited Welcome Back concert had been suddenly canceled, the streets lit up with rumors. People were quick to say 50 had something to do with it, claiming the timing was just too suspicious to be a coincidence. And judging by 50's behavior online, he wasn't exactly trying to shut the rumors down either. Instead, he threw gasoline on the fire, posting an AI-generated clip on Instagram showing Big Meech and Lil Meech's faces edited onto a wild love and hip-hop argument scene. The clip made it look like father and son were fighting in front of the whole world, a cold, messy dig that had fans talking nonstop. Then he doubled down with another post, this time a scene from BMF where his character confronts Lil Meech about his father's guilt. It was a clear, ruthless reminder of the same accusations still haunting Big Meech's legacy. And when critics and fans started pointing the finger directly at him, accusing him of sabotaging the concert, 50 clapped back the only way he knows how, with sarcasm sharp enough to cut glass. He wrote, "I had nothing to do with this. Please stop calling my phone. I sincerely hope you have a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm stronger than you think I am." His words sounded less like a denial and more like a taunt. Pure 50 Cent energy, cold and calculated. But 50's trolling spree didn't stop there, not even close. As soon as word spread that Big Meech's highly anticipated Welcome Back concert had been canceled out of nowhere, chaos broke loose online. The streets were buzzing and everyone had the same suspicion. 50 might have been behind it. The timing was just too perfect, too calculated for people to believe it was a coincidence. And judging by 50's attitude online, he wasn't trying to calm the storm, he was enjoying it. Instead of clearing his name, he went all in, dropping an AI-generated clip on Instagram showing Big Meech and Lil Meech's faces swapped into a dramatic love and hip-hop argument scene. It was wild, messy, and pure entertainment, painting the two as a father-son duo falling apart for the world to see. Fans couldn't look away. It was the ultimate troll move. Then 50 doubled down again, posting a scene from BMF where his character confronts Lil Meech about his father's guilt. It wasn't subtle at all. It was 50 reminding everyone that he still controlled the narrative, even through fiction. And when people started accusing him directly of sabotaging the concert, 50 hit back in his trademark icy tone, writing, "I had nothing to do with this. Please stop calling my phone. I sincerely hope you have a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm stronger than you think I am." The words dripped with sarcasm, not a denial, but a taunt. Pure 50 Cent energy, cold, sharp, and unstoppable. With talk of new characters, fresh storylines, and even a possible new lead actor, things are getting serious. If that actually happens, it would completely sideline the Flenory family from their own story, stripping them of the power and control they once had over how their legacy was portrayed on screen. Meanwhile, insiders say major streaming platforms and production partners are starting to pull back, waiting for the chaos to die down before touching anything tied to BMF. The nonstop drama, the accusations, the snitching talk, the online wars, is making the brand look risky. In Hollywood, reputation means everything, and this kind of scandal can cost millions. What's becoming clear is that the internal fighting is doing more harm to BMF's legacy than any outsider or rival ever could. Even more shocking is how fast the public has turned. Big Meech, once hailed as a symbol of loyalty, power, and resilience, is now facing heavy criticism for his alleged dealings with informants and for reconnecting with 50's longtime rival, Rick Ross. Fans are divided and the streets are buzzing. Some defending Meech's name, others saying the legend has finally cracked. At the same time, Lil Meech's passionate defense of his father is starting to look desperate to some, like a son trapped between protecting his bloodline and saving his own image. People close to 50 say he sees it all as karma, that betrayal always circles back. In his eyes, there's no need to fight back when the empire is already breaking apart on its own. And with 50 still dominating TV, film, and music with new hits and deals, the Flenory name risks fading quietly into the background of the empire they once built. The real question now is, can Big Meech and his son rebuild what's left of their legacy, or are we witnessing the downfall of one of hip-hop's most legendary dynasties? Because if things keep spiraling like this, the BMF name won't stand for power and loyalty anymore. It'll become a warning story about betrayal, greed, and self-destruction. Lil Meech might still want to believe that 50 Cent has love for him deep down, but the reality says otherwise. 50 has built an empire off conflict. It's his signature move. From his early mixtape grind to global fame, controversy has always been his sharpest weapon. 2 decades later, that same energy still drives him, and he's mastered the art of turning chaos into control. He lives for public feuds, calculated jabs, and high-profile rivalries, and now the drama with the Flenory family might be his most personal battlefield yet. But the question remains, is this just another classic 50 Cent trolling session? Or is it part of a bigger strategy playing out behind the scenes? Some insiders swear it's calculated, that 50's tearing down Big Meech's reputation on purpose, trying to distance his brand from BMF completely. Others say it's not about separation, it's about domination. They believe 50 wants to rewrite the narrative, making sure everyone sees him as the true mastermind behind the BMF story, the man who turned their legacy into a cultural empire. Meanwhile, Lil Meech's loyalty to his father raises another chilling question. Is he defending a legacy worth saving or protecting secrets that haven't fully surfaced yet? Could all this, the accusations, the feuds, the betrayals, be part of a deeper power play quietly unfolding in the shadows of the music and entertainment world? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. The fallout between 50 Cent, Big Meech, and Lil Meech could rewrite everything we thought we knew about BMF loyalty and legacy. The lines between respect and revenge are getting blurry and nobody knows how this ends. But one move could change the game forever. So tell me in the comments, do you think 50's just stirring the pot for attention, or is there something deeper driving his attacks? Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, share, and comment, because the next chapter in this saga is coming soon. And trust me, you do not want to miss it. See you on the next